Hey everyone, welcome to Plants and Politics. So this is part two of two about the debate. And as I mentioned in part one, I'm not going to do a breakdown as most people did of key points of how they battled back and forth because it was kind of useless, to be honest. But what I found more interesting than the debate itself was the pollster who held the virtual panel of 9 men and 6 women in key battleground states, including Arizona, Pennsylvania, Iowa, Florida, Ohio, North Carolina, Wisconsin, and Nevada. And he talked to them. This is a GOP pollster, by the way, by the name of Frank Luntz. He asked them questions, and then he brought on other people to ask questions after they watched the debate to get their feedback. And these were all undecided voters. So it was very interesting. And as I mentioned before, it was very, very divided as far as gender goes. The majority of the women were very turned off by Trump and his bluster and his bravado and his arrogance and so forth. And that, it's showing in the polls, the majority of women in the country dislike Trump. And so one thing I thought was really, really telling and interesting was they asked them each, they went through the full panel, and they asked each of the 15 participants to give one word or one phrase that described each of the candidates. And they weren't allowed to elaborate, so it was just that one answer. So words describing Biden. Here's the results. Surprise, better than expected, people person, competent, politician, which got 2 votes, restraint and compassion, predictable. There were 2 people that agreed on that word. Nice guy, lacking vision, coherent, leader, attentive and rehearsed, evasive, humanity and integrity, and presidential. So I think by Trump and his team painting Biden as this barely coherent half-wit who can't string 2 words together, they really placed a low bar for Biden to step over, and he made it. He definitely made it. And so, yeah, you can see that some of these people were kind of surprised by how well he did, that he could string a coherent sentence together and he made sense. And, nothing exciting, nothing exciting, but pretty positive overall, as you heard. Those were all of the answers. So for the most part, Biden didn't receive too bad of a response. I mean, the worst responses obviously were politician and predictable. Those are the things that people who like Trump, that's their biggest positive for them, I believe, is that he's not a politician. He's not predictable. If that's the worst you can say about the guy, I guess it's pretty good. Words to describe Trump, however, were not good. They were not what you would want to hear from a group of undecided voters. So here's the words that they used to describe Trump: horrid, chaotic, unpolished, crackhead, puzzling, un-American, unhinged, which got 2 people, confident ass, forceful, bully, arrogant, which 2 people agreed on that one, and typical. Not good. Not good. And remember, some of these people said they decided even after this that they're going to vote for Trump. So even the people who said, yeah, after this debate, I've decided, I'm leaning towards Trump, or I've decided to vote for Trump, even they did not have positive responses. Even they said, he's annoying, he's hard to listen to. One guy said it's like nails on a chalkboard, but he still liked Trump over Biden. I don't get it. I really just don't. I don't get how someone that you wouldn't necessarily want to sit down and have a conversation with because they're like nails on a chalkboard, or, someone that you wouldn't hire personally to work at your own company if you were a business owner because of the way they behave and how offensive you find them to be, but you would hire them to run the country? Yeah, I don't get it. But I'm sure there's going to be a certain segment of the population, certain men especially, who are kind of have a bully personality themselves, or maybe they feel insecure. Most bullies do feel insecure. So that kind of goes hand in hand. But that just, they like that machismo. They like the bluster and the posturing, and they see that as being a man and being strong. To me, it's just, again, someone who's insecure and has to put on an act to try to puff out their chest and scare people away because they're afraid. But whatever. And as I said in the first video, I'm someone who believes you are aggressive. You should be aggressive on that stage. That Biden was too weak and that he should have gone at Trump. He should have gone on the offensive and taken Trump on. There's a way to go on the offensive, and there's a way to get your point across and prove that you are strong and capable and a leader without being an asshole. And if you don't understand that, sorry, I don't know what to say. I don't want to insult anybody here, but that's not good. If you don't understand the difference between the two, got some growing up to do. So anyway, as always, guys, like, share, subscribe. I will talk to you soon. And if you haven't listened to part 1, please go listen. There were some really interesting points that the participants on this panel made. Some things that both parties really, really need to take to heart and listen to really, truly help people that are in need right now, because there are millions out there who desperately need help and they're being ignored. So as always, like, share, subscribe. I'll talk to you guys soon. Take care. Thanks for listening to Plants and Politics. The only way we can take our country and power back is to spread the truth and build an army. So remember to like, follow, subscribe, and share on Facebook, YouTube, and wherever you listen to your podcasts. Thanks again.